According to an article in the National Law Review, U.S. businesses stand to lose $3 trillion annually due to bad data. More than that, researchers predict that 40% of business objectives will fail due to inaccurate data. Hi, my name is Hannah Lewis. I'm an engineering technician at Gas Infrastructure, and this is a proposal to address the financial issues we've experienced in the past couple of months within this organization. Now let's bring this $3 trillion a little bit closer to home. Gas Infrastructure over-evaluated an acquisition, costing the company millions of dollars in unrealized losses. On top of that, we overestimated our production forecast by 12%. I'm here today to address the underlying issues that have led to nearly $16 million in unrealized loss over the past 12 months. Now you may be wondering, how did something like this happen? And the answer is bad data. I did the research, and most of the mistakes and oversights that contribute to that $16 million loss can be directly tied to our low quality, inaccessible data. Poor data has hampered our forecasting capabilities. It's done this by making it difficult to accurately predict production volume. Now, to address this problem, and hopefully to avoid future loss, I propose we spend $3 million to update our data infrastructure and foster a culture focused on data integrity. With this $3 million investment, we'll be able to update our data framework, establish a data governance board, and document all workflows. And I'll explain how these three components will help address the underlying data quality issues that are plaguing our organization. Now, first and foremost, the most important thing that we address first is updating our data framework to enable automation. This will help establish streamlined workflows and ensure data is flowing across the organization seamlessly. This could help us reduce the risk of data latency and minimize uncertainties surrounding the production forecast, as well as free up our staff to focus on higher value add tasks. Once we get our data flowing across the organization as needed, we need to instill a data governance board. This board will establish rules for maintaining data integrity. They will develop processes, procedures, and workflows to ensure data accessibility and accuracy. This could help reduce the amount of time we spend chasing and validating data, which could improve employee morale and eventually lead to a more efficient and effective workforce. Now, before I get too far into this slide, I just want to confirm everyone here is familiar with a RACI chart. In case you're unaware, RACI is an acronym that stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, informed. I've worked for this organization for 7 years, and I have never seen a single workflow documented, RACI chart, user guide, anything. Nothing like that exists here. To encourage a culture focused on data integrity, we will have to document all workflows and process flows. We need to establish clarity by defining roles and responsibilities. Now, once this documentation is in place, it should be a huge benefit to the organization. Not only will all current staff know how data flows across the company, but it could also be used as a guidebook in the future for training purposes. I understand that a major counter argument to this proposal is the cost, namely the $3 million expense. Yes, it will take resource allocation and acquiring the appropriate expertise to accomplish this goal. But we can't continue to ignore this data integrity issue we've experienced at gas infrastructure. Otherwise, we're at risk for future loss in the future. You recall that statistic I showed you at the beginning of this presentation? That was it, the $3 trillion loss. Gas infrastructure has already had $16 million in loss, and we will lose more if we don't address this issue. Now is the time to invest in our data infrastructure and foster a culture focused on data integrity. We need to update our data framework, establish a data governance board, and document all workflows. I'm confident that if we embrace these changes, we will help propel gas infrastructure into new heights of success and hopefully avoid future loss for the organization. Thank you for your time.